Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to be making a whole bunch of pockets, tucks, etc. from index pages. Now where I got that from, the idea from, is I've recently found this book in my house. It is a map book, and there's tons of map pages, but in the back there is these index pages. I mean, it's more than half the book. There's just a ton. And they're plain simple, blah, blah, blah. I recently saw a video, and I wish I could remember who it's from. If I can remember, I will link it, where she took larger dictionary pages, which would also definitely work for this, because basically we're going for something that's just kind of plain neutral in the background, that doesn't have any focal points, any theme, any lean to anything. I mean, you could use this for any kind of book, any season, any holiday, etc., because it's just generic. So hopefully it's not isn't too loud. Rip those out. So I took a bunch of these out, and let me get that out of the way, and I did cut off the fluff, whatever you want to call that part on the end here. Just trim that down, and I'll measure how big these sheets are. So like I said, not everyone's going to have that map book, but if you've got any larger books with index pages that you didn't know what to do with, or like I said, a dictionary, I'm going to show some great folded pages that you can employ into your journal making. All right, so this is approximately, I really hate that this ruler's gone, 7.5 by about, almost 11. So almost like a regular sheet of paper. So with that said, these could definitely be any sort of digital you have that's generic-y. But I do know that I've got some bird books and some flower books that are bigger, where you fussy cut out the birds or flowers, but in the back of the book there's 10-12 pages of index maybe. The map book that I have is obviously an extreme, and if you found a dictionary that was approximately 7 by 10, 8 by 10, you can imagine how many pages you would have in that. So with that said, we're just going to start making some stuff, but I want to show you what I'm talking about for the idea behind a finished one. All right, so here's the first folded page. I have inked my samples that I will show you, and when I make them and fold them, I'm not going to ink them to save any time. But this is a folded one. You see just generic lines plain, but then you go ahead and decorate it. Simple, basic. Some washi tape, a sticker, one of my fun little Tim Holtz Tidbits labels, etc. And then you just take, a journal card, and there you go. I got a coffee dye page. You attach this to, I'm like, why is it stuck? And I had my finger on it to not pull it out. That's funny. I was fighting against myself. I thought it was glued. I'm like, I glued this like 2 days ago. Okay. All right, we're gonna just pass my awkwardness there. So you could glue this down. Again, top and bottom glue. So if you wanted to do a back tuck and then this tuck space, do it the L shape where you do the top tucks, but just glue it all the way down, stick it out so there's a little bit of a tab. There's so many ways. If this was on the other side, where this is the fold, we have that on this side where a smaller piece comes on the inside and then something goes this way. I mean, just options on this. But basically, we're going to be making a whole bunch of stuff that you can just incorporate into whatever theme you want. That's the whole purpose of this video. Okay, so I got tons of ideas behind me. We're going to show you. So we'll start with this first one, which is easy. All right. Here is the second one. It's a similar fold where you have the tucks going into the side pocket. Right there and here. There's 2 of them. And again, if you glued it down on your page, you could have 3 of them. Okay, so for this one, we are going to start with a fold on both ends just to strengthen this pocket and this pocket. So I've gone ahead already and glued it down. What you want to do is fold one of them to the top and then the other one to the back. I don't know what you just fold them in opposite directions. One is on the top side, one is on the back side. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to take the part with the fold on the bottom and we're going to fold it in. I did fold it already just to do one quick fold, approximately 2.5 inches in. And again, it is just visual to, yeah, about 2.5 inches in, just to make it that size. All right, so after that is done, we are going to go ahead and fold this back. And again, it's just a rough measurement. You just want to fold it back a little bit so that we leave, yeah, probably a little bit more, about half of that first fold showing. Now if you've got a scoreboard, you can score it, but again, this is kind of all eyeballing it. Okay, so we're going to do that. So now we have the first fold, second fold, and then this last one, now that you see that that is on top, we're going to just fold this down again to make it how wide we want it to be. So if we want it to be about 4.5 inches wide, we can go ahead and do that. I'm just trying to eyeball this opening to this opening to make it about the same. And there we go. All right, so now we have this fold. This is folded under stronger, this is folded under stronger, this is folded in half, so stronger. You would take your glue and just put a little glue. Again, ink if you want. If you did run around the corners, you could round the corners. We are just going to go ahead and put some ink, put some glue, and glue those two pockets down. Now you do want to go to the other side, even though it would be attached to the page, just to give it a little strength and glue the back down. Okay, so now we have, once again, and this is great if you've got a page that you want to cover up because it's not so pretty, but you just want to add a lot of pockets. So we have this pocket was shorter. This piece would be a little bit, I have a shorter tag. You would have like a shorter tag for that one if you didn't want to stick out. This one is a bit longer. Have that. Have this one sticking out a little bit. And there you go. If you glue it down, there I am holding on to the card again. If you glue down underneath here and here, you could have a third pocket that would go in here, and in here. So there is a second version of folded pages for that. Fun, right? Okay, let us move on to the next one. All right, so the next one is a simple pocket. We're actually going to get 2 pockets out of one of these sheets. It is just a simple, straightforward tuck pocket. All right, so we are going to cut this. We are going to cut it in half this way. And I'll get my chompy. Get my chompy guy. I could measure it and figure out what half is, but if it's like 7 and 3/4, and I'm like, wait, what is half of that? So we're just gonna cut it in half. All right, so all we're going to do on this is fold it This ended up being folded into thirds. So we're going to go ahead and fold it down and fold fold it up to make the pocket. Now again, this can be any size you want it to be because you're going to make the folds where you want it to be. If you want this part a little bit stronger, you can go ahead and glue that top down. I'm going to throw some glue in there just to get it to go. And then for the pocket, we would use just a bit of Arch glitter glue. All right, so there we have this pocket. Now this one is obviously different size. It is lower because that's how we wanted to fold that one. Again, inking beforehand. So if we wanted to make it a little bit of a deeper pocket, we could fold that a little bit less. Go ahead and do, once again, the pocket strength, and we can go ahead and fold it up as far as we want it to go. Again, not gluing this anything particularly strong or full, just for time-wise, because you get the point. Now, you might think that these pages are pretty thin, so will they be strong enough to, hold up to pockets? I say they will be, especially if you end up putting labels or something on there. Adding focal points will make it stronger. If you wanted to do thumb holes, I would do it before you glue, but you can see by cutting one of these tall pages in half this way to get to, long ones, you can have these. I made the same size, as you can see, but these end up being different sizes. Short pockets, tall pocket, whatever size pockets you want. Lots of variety for that. Again, you could take it and put it onto a page. You could glue the three sides and have another tuck there pocket as well as that one. So double trouble, double fun. Okay, so let's put that one to the side. All right, here is the next one. It is a overlap for the page pocket. There's a lot of similar ones that are out there for this, so I'm not gonna be showing you anything that's too new on this. But again, fun options for this project. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to, once again, we are going to, and I should have done this off camera, but like I did that other one, but we are going to take the two ends, but in this case, we are going to fold them the same direction, same size, top, bottom, whatever you want to call it. And okay, all right, so what we're going to do is we are going to fold it like this, and we are going to fold it in half to wrap it around the page. All right, so once you have that, you're going to figure out if you want to have your pockets on the outside, how I did it, or if you wanted to have it on the inside. So what I did was I ended up folding it how far I want the pocket. I'm just folding it to the outside for now, just to show you. You fold it, and then we're just gonna take it, and we're gonna end up folding it back in. And if you want to have the pocket the same, you can go ahead and figure out where you lined it up. I have the pocket going down to there, so you have the front and back the same. At this point, if you wanted to, since it's on two different sides of a signature, they could be pages apart, you can make them different sizes if you wanted to. Okay, again, you would ink before you do any gluing, but I would suggest if you, you could keep this unglued if you wanted to, because it's going to be sewn, or it'll be attached to a page. when you go to attach it to a page. Glue, or just glue on the bottom. You don't need to worry about gluing that part because it is going to be wrapped around a signature. Oops, I folded it backwards. There we go. Okay. I want the I don't know what you want to call that. The strengthening to be hidden. There we go. Much better. Okay, so when you wrap it around the page and go to attach it and glue it down, you will have no worry about where it's at. I'm just confused because I'm like, how did I not get that funky stuff on there? I don't know. Not sure how I did that. But it's okay. It's not like it's a problem. It's just a extra fold there. Yeah, so now you got a tuck on that spot, glue it down, have a pocket, just glue the top and bottom, have a side tuck either way for that. Okay, that one is done. Okay, so the next one I have is going to be a similar fold to what we just had, but this one can go, I guess the other one could go both ways, but this one is just a little bit different. This one I have, so you can do a top tuck or a tuck in there and there, but this one also will work very well going this way and having the page go in there. Now this one is a little bit bigger. It's almost the full size of the page, so a little bit will hold a little bit more. Once again, we are just going to, sorry, not all the way up. We are going to fold it as far as we want to have a deep pocket. So if we want a little taller, we fold it a little bit farther down, like this. Make it a little deeper pocket. We're going to do that. So I think this probably is about a good size for that. And we are going to fold it in half. Okay. So for the sample piece, I did round this outside corner. I felt it was, since it was kind of a bigger piece, I felt that it kind of needed a little bit softening for it. And then we're going to just take and fold down our flap all the way to the bottom. And the reason we're doing that is because we are going to make that as a second pocket. All right, so I'm going to just take some glue and I'm going to glue this flap down just, should put the glue there, just on the bottom of the pocket on that side, and, or the bottom of the flap on that side. All right, so what you have then, and this is a little bit bigger than I would like, you would have a place to put a tag there, approximately that length. A little tag, and I'm going to cut it just because. Right, so you'd have a little tag going right there. So go ahead and just round the little corners on this. This is just a little collaged piece from a master board I had. And you have a little tag that can go into those spots. Right? A little bit longer than I would want, but that would be cute to be able to decorate that. And then you've got the spot where you can put a tag in here, and how you glue it, you have a tag in there. So easy, one fold, one flap. Again, this could go this way. Now if you're going to do it that way, this would be an up tuck spot for it. Might be a little harder to keep something in there if it was bigger. You could always glue it down, and then you would have the spot here and the spot there. Fun, right? Okay. All right, so for the next project, I'm going to show you how we make these simple pockets out of this 1.5 sheets. We are going to make these 3 simple pockets, but we're also going to show you how to make something different than this with the same steps. Okay, so what we're going to take is one of our regular sheets, and then we're going to take a second sheet, and I already did it. I cut it in half. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a tube out of this, or I don't know what you want to call it, a pocket. All right, so we're just going to fold it in so it's, I don't know what you want to call it. Let's move it up here. We're going to just fold it in so that there's enough to glue. And then the second side, I'm going to glue it down. All right. One of the hints I found to do these kind of tubes is glue the edge of that. And then if you glue the edge of this, because you don't know how far it goes in, you know you're probably going to catch everything. Now, probably the hardest part on this is making sure the bottom is straight. So my top and bottom are straight. And I can tell it's a little crooked. But you can always go back and cut it later if you have to. All right, so the second side we're going to cut or fold to make sure we get the width that we want. Now, if we want about 4.5 or 5, then we're going to fold it so that we're going to say we're going to want 5. We're going to fold it so that we have a 5-inch wide thing. Now the reason that I'm doing that is a lot of pages are 5.5. So I know it'll fit. If you want it a little bit smaller because you don't want it to take up that much of a page, just fold it down to 4.5, 4 3/4. Okay, so for the second one we're going to do the same. We're just going to glue on the edge of that half-page insert, and we'll glue on the edge of the full page. Not very straight, but, and then when we glue it down, we know that it has caught everything. Okay. Now since this is crooked, I could go ahead and straighten it, but I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so now that we have that, I'm going to take my chopper guide, and we're just going to cut this into 3 pieces. Now I measured it, and it's about, to do this is about 3.5 inches tall to get it into thirds. One of them ends up being a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So we got that, and cut this to 3.5-ish. And we're going to cut this to 3.5 just to be even. And again, like I said, it's just a little bit longer for my piece of paper. I mean, that's the difference. They don't have to be all the same, because if they're different pockets in different places, then it's fine. They can be different sizes. All right, so we're going to take the 3 pockets, and they're pretty much done. If you want the thumb hole, just go ahead and I put them all together and shoot the little pieces all over the place. But now I've got, after we'd go ahead and ink them, you have 3 pockets. Now what you want to do is you'd want to glue each individual pocket at the bottom on the inside and attach those to any page you want, and you have an easy pocket. Glue it to 3 sides, and you've got 2 pockets. It's hard to stick a tag in there when you only have, it's not glued down. Again, I mean, there's so many ways to decorate these, labels, tickets, fun stuff. Decorate them to your heart's content. The background is so neutral. You have something easy, and with, like I said, technically 3 sheets of paper. If you take 2 full ones and you cut the third one in half, you can make 6 quick pockets. Okay, so the next step to do something a little bit different with these is to cut them, fold them the same way, but then we're going to take them and we're going to go ahead and stack them together so that they become one piece, and you can put that onto a page. You would have the journal pocket here, but then you'd also have behind it, and then again, like I said, you'd have this journal page here, and then behind it, and then so on and so forth. You could make this into 6 pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Especially if you glued it just in the L. All right, so to attach these together, we are just going to glue them as 3 layers. Now, you want to keep these open if you wanted to make this top tag is open, because if you want to make this a place for a really tall tag, if you had it closed, it would stop right there. If you have it open, you could slide it all the way down and have a very tall tag in there. Again, totally an option for how you want it to do. I have left both this pocket and this pocket open so that instead of stopping there, it could go all the way down. Fun, right? All right, so how we're going to do that is just decide which one I want to have on the top, which I guess we could put that one on the top, because then I could put some sort of, maybe that could be on the bottom because then I have a label there. Let's do that. Okay, so you are just going to decide how far up or down you want it. I'm just going to say I want it about halfway. So we'll go ahead and put some glue there. And we're just going to make sure that that valley that is how you made those is in the back, because it's not pretty. I mean, it's not ugly, but it's not pretty. We're going to do our best just to line that up. Again, I would have inked it ahead of time if I wanted to show the difference between those. And then we'll take our last one and do the same thing, approximately halfway up. And go ahead and glue that down. Now, if you wanted it shorter, you could put them, glue them closer together. All, again, a preference on your part. I don't know if I have any really tall tags here. I don't think I do. Yeah, it's not really tall. But again, you could stick there. This one I had glued to show you how to glue the separate one. So this bottom one, is glued for the pocket. And when you glue it onto the page, it would get glued down so it wouldn't go past it. Then this one would go all the way down, and then this one would go all the way down, and then that one would go all the way down. So a triple pocket or 3 separate ones, and of course I don't have 3 separate ones now because I've glued it together, but that is the, there they are. You can have 3 separate pockets. You could also do, if you just wanted to do a 2-pager, a 2-pocketer, you could glue it the same way you did as a 3, glue 2 of them together and have 2 layers, put it farther apart and have 2, or like I said, if you wanted to have them just a little closer, and or the 3 and have them closer, you could do that. Fun. All right, let's get those out of the way. Okay, we are moving along here. All right, so the rest of my ideas are all pretty much geared toward slanted pockets. So this is the first one. This one's going to be pretty straightforward and simple. These are nice and easy to do because you can put it on either side of the page. Here's the opening of the signature here. Be able to tuck it in there, glue the 2 sides or the 3 to make it more straight, or you can put it on this side where the tall side is more toward the inside of the signature and be able to put it on that way. So it's pretty versatile. You don't have to make them all going this way. You can make them so they go that way. But Simple. All right, so let's take a piece of paper. I have two, yeah, I have more than one here. Okay, so we're gonna do very similar to what we had done in the previous ones, where we folded it into itself and make a tube, but we're going to go this direction to make it a tube. So we're going to just fold it in one side, oops, not straight, and we're going to fold it in this way. Now we're going to want to fold it in to make it as wide as the page, or I don't know what you want to call it, not to be able to fit on the page. So we don't want it bigger than, say, 5.5. So this is probably about 5, which is a good size. We don't want it completely too wide, so it's stuck in the signature. But we want to have enough real estate to be able to have fun. Okay, so you can see there's just a little bit to glue. I'm gonna, again, take the approach where we'll just glue the outside line of that one and the outside line of that one, and that should cover everything so we know that it is sealed. Now, if you have a little bit like that, I usually always check to make sure I haven't gone and glued it. Some glue seeped out and glued it together. Even though I think this one would be okay, it's not a pocket, but. All right, so now we've got this. So we need to go from, now I made this one a little bit smaller. We need to go from this to this. So all we're gonna do is we're going to pocket it. So like I said, if you wanted the pockets to go that way, we can put it this way. If we want them to go this way, then we're gonna fold them this way. Just, again, random. We just want that in the back. Now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go so that it is pretty much the whole, all the way to the edge. Now we are going to glue this in because it's going to be in the back. It's going to be glued down. No one's going to see it. I'll just throw some of that glue in there. Now I think, is this still open here? There we go. So this little triangle is open. Now we're just going to throw a little bit of glue in there just to get it to close. Now it would be glued down, so it probably would be fine without it, but gives it a little extra security. And there you go. There is this, but on the opposite side. Got a little ink around there, and we've got side tucks going on either direction. So simple, right? And such, like I said, so much real estate to be able to stick some big flowers on there, big focal points. Some Tim Holtz people would look great on this, especially with the black and white. Yeah, so many options on that. Okay, we'll move on to the next triangles. All right, for the next idea, like I said, I'm going to make some triangles here. So this is one of the finished ones. I've got another version of this too. But we are going to take one of these street maps, and we are going to, this one we're going to cut in half. So we're going to fold it in half this way, and we're going to end up cutting it there. All right, I'm just gonna ever slow, just cut a little piece off, make two pieces. Okay, so these are pretty straightforward, simple. We are just going to take, there's really not a top and bottom, but I sort of want it to make sense. We are going to take and fold our triangle back, again, pretty much the whole way. And then we're going to take this bottom part to fold it up. Kind of like, reminded me when I was folding these, like the sailboats used to make out of the, not really sailboats, but newspapers. Used to fold them like sailboats, and then you'd open them up and wear them as a hat. I gotta figure out how to do those again. We used to do that in our class in grammar school all the time. All right, so all that you're gonna do is go ahead and probably the easiest way to do it is just fold it so you're there, but we're gonna tuck that in to hide it. So let's glue that down because it's not needed. This is the back part, so we are going to go ahead and glue this part down. And again, we're going to go ahead and glue the opening so it's closed. All right, so we have one triangle. Go ahead and make the second one real quick here. And I think I'm going to go this way. And fold it up. And you could just go ahead and fold it in. You just want to make sure that it is not sticking out of the front. That's all. All right, now we'll go ahead and glue that. And glue the inside. Now, in my haste to just fold quickly, I'm a bit off. So if we wanted to just go ahead and straighten that, we can. Fold it better would have been a better option. But all right, so as you can see, these are a bit more truncated than these are. So all I did was take them. We're going to line them up together, and I had this nice easy place to figure out where to truncate it because there was a line. You can just cut off however much you feel, and there you go. All right, so technically we have its own pocket. It can just be a one-time pocket. Go ahead and, like we do on other things, if you want to ink, you would go ahead and ink the sides, ink the bottom, ink the top, wherever you want to if you feel like it, and then go ahead and glue them in, and you've got a side tuck. Now what I did on this was I took the two pieces, and I should have thought about this earlier. You have to make sure that your folds are, this should have been folded the other way. And you're going to go ahead and glue them like this with a that's a little bit better. Can't see it as much. You would go ahead and glue them down that side, down here, and along the bottom. Again, if you wanted it to go through farther, just glue the two sides so that it could go all the way down, and when you go to glue the whole piece down, it will have a stopper, similar to those triple pockets. You can go farther down and make it a little bit farther than I did here. You just got to be careful. You don't want to go too far if you don't want to see that little division there. But you could pretty much go to there, and you've got a double pocket going both ways, like that one is. But the other option I have is where you take these two and you put them this way. And I've done that right here. These can, you can separate them a little bit more if you wanted to, have them be open, or you can have them go together so that they are even. This one I didn't cut the end off as far when I had it. And then you've got, when you glue it down, you've got a pocket in the front here and then a pocket in the back, because you can glue all three sides and then have it pocketed. Again, you can do it a bit farther apart and go like that. Now the other option is, and I've done this with 6.5 inch papers, is you can do a triple pocket And of course I don't have a single one left. We're going to pretend this is a single one. You would take 3 of them and go like this, where you have one at the bottom, one at the top, and then another one farther up. And so hard to pretend that that is by itself. Okay, let's go that direction. Okay. Go like that, and then one up higher. And you've now got a pocket there, and a pocket back there. So you can do a triple version. So many options to do with such an easy fold. Like it's cut in half, fold, fold, and a little bit of glue. And you've got single pockets, you've got double pockets, you've got V pockets, or I guess that would be kind of like a, almost looks like a swimsuit top. You have like a halter top, or again, something I didn't make, but you can do a triple pocket. Oh my goodness. So I probably have about 100 other ideas on there, and basically all I did, like I said, I did see a video with a couple folds. I'm not even sure I used any of the same folds as they did. I took the idea like she had with the dictionary page and folded stuff. But I basically just took my pages and I started playing with stuff and folding things to see what would work. So there is no reason why you can't take any of these and take them a little further, do them a little different. Decide, you wanted to fold them in. You go ahead and fold them in. And then maybe fold it this way. And then fold it like this. I think I might have just got another one here. There we go, tall tag. And I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna fold that corner in a little bit. I love it. Unplanned, wasn't gonna do it, but so now we have there we are. Side tuck right there. Another tag place right there. And the same on the other side. Tag, tag. Right? Now in that case, we would go ahead and make sure that we, now I seem to have folded these a little bit. I'm going to trim this off because of course I did it such a rough, quick fold. It got stuck together. Go ahead and glue these down. All right, so let's glue with the correct side of the glue, shall we, Lisa? All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and glue these two corners in. Not that anyone sees it on the inside, but this kind of irking me that these are not straight. I know it shouldn't, but kind of did. I love when unexpected ideas just come up. But you can see what you can see what I'm saying about just take a piece of paper and start folding it. Is this one perfect? By all means, no. If I would have taken 2 seconds, the next one I do will probably be much, much better. And I don't even know if I really have to glue. I probably don't even have to glue that in because it'll wrap around and get glued down. Go ahead and glue the bottom to the page. And glue that bottom to that page. And yeah, I don't think we have to, yeah, we don't have to glue down there at all. And I might, like I said, these are upside down, but again, you could throw some decoration on there if you wanted to. You could collage on top of these. Would be no reason why you couldn't, before you glue this all, you could throw some collage, you know where it's at, throw some collage paper on there. Make it pretty if you wanted to. And that kind of goes back to the fact of these folds are not just have to be with index pages. If you have a digital that you want, you could do that. Just note, upside down, not upside down. So if you got a picture that could be upside down, you want to make sure you're paying attention to that. But yeah, easy, right? I mean, it doesn't look very pretty by itself necessarily, but by the time you go and add some labels and tickets and some washi tape and some other fun stuff, some lace, you're good to go. Okay, well, with that unexpected one, I think I'm going to call this video done. I have no idea how long it is because, of course, I keep stopping in between ideas. So hopefully, it'll probably end up being like 15 minutes, but or it's 2 hours. I don't know. All right, so we have, let's see how many ideas we have. One unexpected one. All right, we're going to count that as 2, and individuals are 3. We'll do a triple is 4. This one that's doubled is 5. This single page is 6. The single individual pockets are 7. Doing 2 is 8. Doing 3 is 9 ideas. There's the 3. All right, so we got the big page up 9, going that way 10. Got the tags going in there. And then we've got the similar one, but a little smaller, that goes around the page. That would be 11. And that's the same as that one. We've got the simple pockets that go up and down. That would be 12, different sizes. We've got this fold, that's a triple fold. That'll be 13. And this one with the double fold would be 14. Well, I'm glad I figured out that last one because I would have had an unlucky 13. Ideas, but now we have at least, unless I miscounted, which couldn't put me past that I do, we have 14 separate ideas that you can use for simple, and I have run out of full pages, index cards. I love it. All right, well, if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and like to see some more ideas, I'm probably going to be playing with these, making some random ephemera with these, so I got lots of fun stuff to play with in some upcoming videos. So if you want to see how these kind of guys get decorated, please hit the subscribe channel and watch for that video. That'll be upcoming soon, hopefully. And yeah, let me know if you think you might try this. Play with some papers on your own, get some ideas on your own. I'd love to hear your take on some of these. And if you have a favorite one, let me know. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for stopping by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.